this game circled this week. Two of the best teams so far squaring off here in Week 5. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. It is caught left side. And this one doesn't go far.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They motion a receiver left. Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead right away. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when he can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Bullock able to tack on the point after. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's on the move. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the 16. Right side into the hands of Adams. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll try and punch it in. He's in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks finish off their opening drive. Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Looking up towards the dome, can't bring it in clean. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. Cuts right. He's off to the races. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints need only 1 to take the lead. Now Bullock for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Setting up a throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call for the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
to the line they go. It's second down. Looking to the air here. Jones reels it in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The big play nets them 17 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Working inside the red zone. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
From the gun on third down. Forced out to his right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
This has the makings of a shootout. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Throwing now on first down. That's completed right side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints need only one to take the lead. Now Bullock for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, they'll run. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has the connection to Jones. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 2nd and 7. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want to throw it into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds his man Rice. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Blown back, gets the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. And then it's a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back to the well again. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints with the football. They're set up at the 35 now. To the air now on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
2nd and 6 now. Hits his running back. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. He's going to throw this one. Don't try forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks have it as he records the first interception of his young career. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down. They'll throw it. He's got it over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout, so they're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
That is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Has room into the secondary. It's a Seattle touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Seahawks get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Saints get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Return coming from the 6. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Able to find Jones. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Saints are going to have it, and he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing now from the gun. is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. Back to throw now. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. He's got it! It's a New Orleans touchdown! Now Bullock for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints take a 4-point lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Another carry for him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 35 out of that one. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Here's the handoff. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got to rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. And a great try at that first down.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They give it to him again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
He's got it. He almost gets to the 5 and goes out at the 6.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Rolling out to his left. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And he gets in, touchdown. The Seahawks take a 4th quarter lead. Is to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks push their lead to 3. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get in the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll throw it again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll run here from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision in extra yards.
They'll throw on first. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's second down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had. And incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Second and 10 now. Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
First down, ball at the 36. Simple dive up the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Has it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints take a fourth-quarter lead. A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints take a 4-point lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Come out throwing. He lofts it deep left. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Right up the gut. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. To throw. This throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He'll look to throw it. And he's got it. He pulls in a game-winning touchdown with almost no time left. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Setting up to pass. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got So as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those 2 possessions, the next score would then win. Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play good for 17 and a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Going to the ground again on first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Pass play on first and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Seattle.
Plowing up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
This one's caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
They'll send him up the middle. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Biggest snap of the game here. 4th and goal in OT. Here he is to throw. And he pulls it in. That's a touchdown and ends this game. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And it took